If you're sensitive or can't handle the truth, just click off of this video right now. This video is not for you. This is going to be very, very controversial. What it do, hustlers? It's your boy Drill here, coming at you with another video today. And in this video I want to talk about why I decided that I'm never going to college. Now, like I said in the intro, if you're sensitive or can't handle the truth, just click off of this video. This video is not for you. But if you decide that you want to stay, let's get right into it. So the first thing that I want to cover in this video, and I don't see too many people talking about this reason why they decided not to go to college, but like me, I'm melanated, so you can see my skin tone, right? And a lot of the history that they taught us in middle school, elementary school, high school is false. It's completely false. So like, we're just being indoctrinated by his story. Like, they conquered America. We was here first. They conquered America and they told their story. So a lot of this information we're being provided isn't true. Like, for example, right? I went through school thinking that our history started with slavery. Like, if you didn't know any better, if you didn't do your own research, like growing up as a black male, you would think that, or a black female as well, you would think that our history started with slavery and everything like that, when that's simply not the case, man. And another thing, that English isn't even our native language. This is their language. They came over and we're using their language now. So if you ever wondered why like school was so hard for you, or you couldn't figure things out in school, that's why. This isn't our language. This isn't our history. This isn't nothing. This isn't us, bro. This isn't us. That isn't us. So that's why you might be having a hard time in school and everything like that, because it's not our history, it's not our language or anything like that. So just keep that in mind when you're struggling or anything like that. But another thing about the information that they provide us in school, right, is that a lot of it is useless. Like, especially if you want to become an entrepreneur or you already are an entrepreneur, a lot of the information is useless, man. It's definitely useless. Like, they teach you about, like, I remember in high school, right, we had a sales and marketing class, and at the time I was trying to build my business, and if I would have followed the advice that they was teaching in school on how to sell, on how to market my products, I would definitely not make any sales, because the tactics that they teach in school are outdated and they just simply don't work in today's age. So like, the information is outdated, the history is false, it's not our language or anything like that. So that's the number one reason why I would never go to college. I don't want to be more indoctrinated in this matrix. I don't want to learn more about their history. It's not our history. And I don't want to learn more information that's simply not true. Now, the second reason why I would never go to college is the whole purpose of college. Like, college is a business, man. College is definitely a business. And the whole point of why they made college in the first place was to create better workers, right? And I do not want to just go to college to get a job, to work 40 years building up someone else's dreams, building up someone else's company, working for someone else, right? That's not the route I want to go. Now, if you want to go that route, that's cool. Just do your thing. But me, I'm not built like that. I'm just simply not built like that, and that's okay. Like, we're all different. So for me, right, going to college and taking that route would simply not make sense. It just wouldn't make sense, because the purpose of college is to help you become a better worker. Like, just think about the structure of school and everything like that. You gotta raise your hand to go use the bathroom. You had to stand in lines in elementary school and middle school. Like, it's kind of like a prison, sort of. Like, if you really think about it, school is like a prison, man. You in there for a certain amount of time every single day. And bruh, it just prepares you to be a better worker. That's the whole purpose of college. If you go look it up, you'll find that they created college to create better workers. So if you don't want to be a worker, if you don't want to work for someone else the rest of your life, what's the point of going to college? You might as well just become an entrepreneur. And if you want to become an entrepreneur, you do not need to go to college and take a business class to learn about business from someone that doesn't even have a business. Like, that's the whole irony of the situation. Like, a lot of the professors in college don't even have a business. So how are they going to teach you how to run a business? How are they going to teach you about entrepreneurship if they don't have a successful business themselves? Like, it just simply doesn't make sense, especially if you want to become an entrepreneur. It just wouldn't make sense for you to go to college. Now, if you want to become like a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, or like something like that, something that requires you to have a degree, an engineer, something like that, that's cool. All of those are cool. Like, if that's your passion, if you like doing that, go that route. But I'm saying, like, if you want to become an entrepreneur, it would not make sense for you to go to college, major in business or anything like that, because 9 times out of 10 the professor doesn't have a successful business themselves. Now the third reason why I would never go to college is that I feel like it would slow me down in business. Now if I'm trying to run a business, right, and I got all of these essays to do, all of these tests to take, all of this homework to do, and all of this other stuff involving college, right, and I'm trying to run a business, it's going to take away a lot from my business. I won't be as productive, I won't make as much money, I won't be able to focus on my business as much as I want to, right? So that's a main reason why I would never go to college, because I don't want it to take away from my business, right? Now I'm not saying don't learn at all. I'm not saying don't learn. I'm saying educate yourself. You can educate yourself. Like, I got a bunch of books. Boom, boom. I got a bunch of books on my desk right here. I got a bunch of books. Influence, frequency, .com. I got a bunch of books. I got at least 20 books on my counter. Now this is just the books that I bought personally. Now I got a bunch of books that I read from the library for free and everything like that. I'm not saying don't educate yourself, because you would be a fool not to educate yourself in some type of way. I'm saying self-educate yourself. You don't have to go to school to get an education. You can self-educate yourself on the topics that you want to learn about. Like if you're an entrepreneur, go read some business books, go read some sales books, go read some marketing books, go read some books on how to influence people. Like, you can educate yourself. You don't need a degree. You don't need to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to go get a degree on how to run a business. That's just crazy to me, man. And I know people are gonna say, like, people go to college for the networking. Like, if you're an entrepreneur, you want to network with other business owners, there's plenty of events that you can go to. Like, just go on Google, search up entrepreneur events near me, and there's plenty of conferences that you can go to. You do not have to go to college to network with people. Don't let that fool you either, because I know a lot of people have that, like, debate where they say college is great for networking. Yes, that's true, but you don't have to spend $100,000 to network with other entrepreneurs. Like, we also have the internet. Like, you're watching me right now on the internet. You can contact me. If you're a business owner, you can contact me. Boom, start a relationship. Boom, right there. So, like, you do not have to go to college to network with other entrepreneurs. You do not have to go to college to get an education about business or anything like that, unless you want to become a doctor, a lawyer, or anything like that, like I said. But like I said earlier, my path is entrepreneurship. So that's why, me personally, I would never go to college. Now, I just want to say something, like, for the younger entrepreneurs, like 16, 17, 18 years old, thinking about going to college. But you know, especially if you're like melanated, if you're black like me, you know your parents is not going to go for that. Listen, what I just told my mom straight up, like, at that point, it was kind of crazy because I wasn't even making any money online. I was 17 years old, and I just knew I wasn't going to college. Like, this was before I learned about the real history and everything like that. I just knew school simply wasn't for me. Now, if you know that you don't want to go to college, just sit down and talk to your parents about it. Like, if you just sit down and talk to your mom and tell her that you want to become an entrepreneur. Now, I'm not saying she's gonna be okay with it or anything like that, because my mom wasn't okay with it for the longest time. I call hell for it, man. I call hell for it. But you can't let the opinions of others stop your greatness. You just simply can't. It's your life, it's not their life. So you're gonna have to do what's best for you. You're gonna have to do what you want to do. It's your life, man. You gotta do what you want to do. You gotta have the balls for that. Just being honest, man. Like, you have to step up and stand up for what you believe in and talk about what you want to do. Like, you can't let other people decide what you're gonna do with your life. Like, step up, talk to your parents about it, even if they don't agree with you, which they probably won't. 9 times out of 10 they won't agree with you. That's okay, man. They just want the best for you. Not because, look, this is what happens. Like, our parents grew up in a different time. So at their time, like, education was way more important. Like, they didn't have the internet or anything like that, so they had to go to school. So they're coming from a place where they had to go to school, so they want you to go to school as well, because they don't really know about the opportunities of online or anything like that. So they just want the best for you. They're trying to lead you in a direction that they feel is best for you, but they're not knowing the situation that you're in. They're not knowing that you can make money online. You can make way more money online, and all of these other opportunities that we have nowadays. They don't know about that, and if they do, then they probably will be more open to you not going to college. But 9 times out of 10 they don't. So you got to understand that, and don't hate them for it. Like, don't hate your parents if they start doubting you or anything like that. That's natural, man. That's natural. It's all a part of the process, but you have to tell them, man. You have to tell them as soon as possible. Now, if you don't decide to tell them and you decide to go to college, just think about how different your life would be. Like, would you be happy with that? Would you be happy going to college and not being able to work on your business full time? If the answer is no, you wouldn't be happy with it, then you know what you got to do. You have to go all in on your business. And I mean go all in, because if you decide not to go to college and you don't go all in on your business, you're gonna be out of luck, man, because you're not gonna be able to get a good job, and then your business is gonna fail. So you have to go all in. It's no doubt about it. You have to go all in on your business. If you decide not to go to college, you have to go all in on your business 110%. There's no excuses, man. But yeah, man, don't live your life to please other people. If you know that college is not for you, talk to your parents about it and tell them that you don't want to go, and then go all in on your business. You have to go all in. I don't want you guys to go the entrepreneurship route and then it fails, and then you just completely give up on it, and then you have to go get a regular job paying you minimum wage and everything like that. So just be careful and go all in. Make sure that you don't stop. You do not stop until you succeed with it. But yeah, that's all I have for today's video, man. I hope that you took something out of this, man, especially if you're a young entrepreneur trying to figure out whether to go to college or not. Just do your thing, man. Just do your thing. And I know some people are gonna call me ignorant and everything like that. It's all good, man. It's all good. We all have our own opinions and we all have our own paths. So just do your thing and I'm gonna do my thing. But make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'll see you guys in the next video.